Good afternoon, everyone. Here we have a Stihl FS45. It's going to be getting some work done. We know this machine runs. Normally I'd care to save all like the OEM parts and everything like that, but this is going to be given to a family friend, so we're just going to get it up and running. Here we have ordered little parts kit off Amazon. I usually deal with HIPAA, but Poodle works just fine. That's the part number for it. It comes with a carburetor, filters, lines, stuff like that, so we'll start getting that switched out. Little clip, pull this off. I just gave it a power wash, so it might be a little dirty. Here's your cap. I keep everything off to the side. It's got two 8mm screws or nuts in here. Dan, keep this open there. $8mm nuts. There's two. It should come off. I'll clean this up. It's just all dirty from the water. It's been sitting for like 8 months. So get on those pliers. Pull off the fuel in and fuel out. There should be a screw. There, that pops out. This is the throttle cable. Pops out. Just pop this out here. Comes out. This is an OEM Zama carb, so I'm going to keep this off to the side just in case I want to try to save it later. All the old gaskets. Let's crack this open. Let me squeeze this out. That's out there. Fuel line, I know it's ripped. Go ahead and pop this guy out with a screwdriver. Try not to damage the tank. The fuel line is damaged, so I could care less about that. So I know there's a rip in it somewhere. That's all that counts. So that's out. Clean around this hole here. Fuel tank is empty. Well, it's that easy to tear it all apart. So this is from the kit. Fuel line, fuel filter. I put it in through here. So that's the fuel filter hooked up on the fuel lines. This is obviously runs down to the tank. So this is the fuel in, and this is the return. And then on the carb, you get this Chinese carb. This sits like this. This is fuel in because this runs to the fuel meeting diaphragm, which is on this side, and the fuel pump's on this side because of the breather, or the pulse line's right here. So this is the inlet, this is the outlet. So when you hook them up, it's going to be like this. Inlet, outlet, like what you see there. So imagine this getting plugged in. So I'm going to put the lines in, make sure they try to end up like this. So we'll go ahead and put this in, lubricate this. I got some little WD-40 here. Lubricate it and just try to work it in. You can use a screwdriver. Sometimes I like to use a pick, makes it easier. Just give it a little squirt. You know, doesn't need nothing crazy. Fuel filter first. And you want the input line toward us or toward you when you're working on it. Just makes it easy. This is a dull pick, so I don't have to worry about ripping holes through it, but still I don't punch it. I use the side of it to kind of rub it in. And there you go. Spin it if you need to while it's still looped up. Fuel line is installed. With the fuel line installed now, I get the carb. Sometimes I like to start hooking everything up. So we're missing the gasket from the back, which in the new kit I like to make sure sometimes these ones don't line up. So that one, all the holes line up. It's important this hose for the pump is not covered. So it's gonna go on like this. So you know this goes on just like this. Make sure it lines up right there on the bottom with the manifold, which it does. And there's a right and a wrong to these. If you're new to this, one's a slot, one's got a round. And as you can see, this is round, so you'll know. If you put it on right, it goes like that. If you put it on wrong, it goes like that. It won't fit, so kind of just make it fit and work it in. So once you figured out how your throttle cable goes on like this, make sure your gasket's in there. Roll it kind of like this. Slide it on. Make sure it's got a little slot in the back where it pops in. Make sure that's in. Kind of takes a hard curve for these lines, but they're new, so they'll work. Fuel line's hooked up, new carb's on. Let's put some, I like to put some gas in it and make sure it's gonna pick up the gas before I even start, you know, reassembling the rest of everything. So as you can see, I now have gas in it. No, I did not spill it all over the tank. 50-to-1 Red Armor mix. Prime it for the first time, see what it does. Just picking up fuel. There it goes. Just needed a little bit of inspiration. Sometimes these Chinese carbs are cool, sometimes they're not. Right there, it's like half full. Sometimes when they're running, you can still see where it's pulling fuel up, so keep on trucking, I suppose. Got the two parts cleaned up. A bit better. See the other outer gasket that comes with the kit. That goes on there just like that. And you see the outer gasket goes on like that. The outer cover goes on like that. This is always fun. Start those nuts back up because they're like countersunk in the housing here. That one's in. That one's in. Like I said, this is going to a family friend. Got a small backyard. Doesn't do much with it, so. Filter that comes in the kit. Comes with two, by the way, which is nice. Pops in there. Air filter. Should snap into place. Like so. Put the gas cap back on and in here. Change the spark plug alright. This one's kind of weird because of how it's countersunk. Sometimes I get a screwdriver. Don't stab yourself. Make sure you get the spring off with it, just like that. There's a 3/4 socket. That spark plug seems okay. It's an NGK plug. They're good plugs. It was just a Chinese plug. I like to make sure they're gapped decent. This one seems a little tight. Get my laser here. Much better. Now, if you're using an impact, don't give a million ugga-duggas. I just go until it clicks a few times. Light work, nothing crazy. Put this on, make sure it pops back into place, which it did. We'll see if it turns on. Got our Amazon kit installed. Let's see if it starts. Choke. Take the choke off. So, parts kit from Amazon, no big deal. So you got, I don't know, 20 minutes, an 8mm socket, 3/4 inch socket, maybe some needle nose. If you got an old Stihl FS45 sitting around, throw this carb kit at it, who knows, you might have good luck like this. So, see you guys next time.